Okay, I think we can get started. Can you see my screen, right?
Yes.
Okay, so basically I just shared a link to this Collab notebook in the chat. If you're not familiar with this is a Google tool where we can use to write Python code and run it and get the results. So this exercise is basically inspired by, if you see, this is Gus has a tool. He created a tool. If you want to open it, it's called the Sweet Spot SEO tool. So it's different than what we're doing today. However, it's the same idea. So Gus's tool is really useful. Like, you would want to bookmark this one. So the SEO Sweet Spot tool allows you to find which group of pages contribute to the most traffic and revenue combined. So basically, if you want to say, okay, you know this rule, there is like 20% of pages drive 80% of the results. So you want to find, okay, what are those 20% pages that are getting you the highest amount of traffic and revenue? Or what are the 40% of pages that are bringing you the highest amount of traffic and revenue? So this is a very useful tool. Bookmark it. You may want to use it in the future. What we're doing today is something similar. Basically, we want to find the 20% pages, keywords that contribute to the most impressions, and then they have low CTR, right? Why are we trying to find this? Like, it's two layers, high impressions and then low CTR. Why we want to find this? Because these are the ones worth investing time and optimizing for, right? Okay, so if you go to the data sheet, you'll get a list of keywords from my website. So I recommend you download it in CSV format. Okay, so now you have this. I recommend, we usually use ChatGPT, right? Claude is good, but it's the free limit is very low, but it's good, so it can be helpful. And then there is Lovable, which is, what I like about this is it's a tool, it's an LLM specifically created for coding, right? So we're going to use a mix of tools. If you want to stay focused on ChatGPT, that would work. If you want to, like, try, for example, if you get an error or something, try Lovable, that would work as well. Okay, so what are we going to do today? Basically, we want to get the data. When I say get the data, like upload it to the code, process it. And what does that mean? We want to sort it by impressions, calculate the cumulative contribution, like what percentage of this, and identify the sweet spot, which the percentage of keywords with high impressions and low CTR. And then we want to output the results. And one of the things you want to think about is, what does the output look like to you? What do we want? Do we want a graph, for example, telling us some sort of a graph, or we want a list? In this situation, my opinion, it's going to be a list of keywords that are representing the 20% of keywords that are getting the most impressions and low CTR. Once we do these things, we can definitely, like, figure out, like, what other graphs we want to draw, what other things we want to do. Okay. Other links, you don't need to look at this right now. It's going to be some distraction probably. Okay, so first thing we want to do, you see this, right? You have this code. So you want to run it.
Yeah.
It's going to take a moment. So what this code does basically is choose files, and then you're going to choose the CSV you just downloaded now. Okay, so what this code does basically, it lets the user upload the CSV file, select and upload, and then read it, right? And then just share the top rows, the first few rows. So just for you to know, this should be here, but it's like that's the limit of the row, so it's continued here. But if we had less columns, for example, this would have been here next to the CTR, right? So it just showed us the top 5 rows, right? Something to know, that rows count start with 0. So row 0 is actually the first row. Row 1 is the second row, okay? All good till here? because it's gonna get messy from here. Just like a thumbs up or like leave a comment in the chat so I know we're like in the same place. If someone is still like figuring things out, or let me know. Okay, all good. Naveed, Jihads. Okay, I'll take this as we're all good. If not, let me know. So copy this text, okay? And let's go to ChatGPT and say, write a Python code for this, okay? And then you can say, I have this code already. I have this. Why am I saying this? So this code is pretty standard. If whatever you want to do that involves a CSV file, you're going to start your code with this if you're using Google Colab. Okay, so do this. You can phrase this however you want. Like, I have this code, I want to build, and then add, for example, the rest of the text. Like, we're just trying to explain to ChatGPT, we want a Python code to build this process. Okay.
Sarah,
Yep.
where you uploaded the document, you are on mute.
Sorry. When you run this, okay, you get this choose files,
Okay.
and you're uploading it to the. It's gonna show here.
Okay,
You
great.
see
Thank
this?
you.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes,
And
yes.
now I have to,
Okay.
but okay. Okay. Now we're back here. So I put the code we shared. Nothing changed here. And then first we need to double check that we have the right data, clicks, impressions, and CTR. So CTR of the print. So this is just in case if you upload the wrong CSV file, or sometimes the columns are named differently. So the first thing we're gonna do here is sort by impressions, and then select the top percentage, like whatever, 20%. So top percentage, CTR. Okay, let's see how this works. Copy the code. Okay, let's leave this as is, and then let's create a new block of code. Why is this? So I just want you to have this as template that you can use like anytime, and this is like a new code. I'm not sure if this is clear, but let's start again, okay? Let's start. So 1 second, I wanna do something here. I wanna delete these. Don't need them anymore. Just for you to know, if you click refresh, these files you uploaded are gonna go. They don't stay for forever. So again, I'm selecting this. Okay, we have an error. Type error, filter keywords. Okay, let's take this, type error. You can try here as well, but that's Gemini, another also LLM. Okay, here's the thing. The CTR here is read as a string, which is text. Even though it has a percentage, the code read it as string. So we want to convert it to numerical values, right? So let's take this error here. Got error. Following, guys, if there's any questions, or like if you want to stop me, just either in the chat or just unmute yourself. Okay, where is... So here is the line that ensures the CTR is converted to numeric values. Okay. Okay, let's try again. Let's go here. What's this? Okay. Let's update this. I'm gonna delete this again. Again, we still have keyword not an index. CTR. Okay, it's called query, not keyword. So what we're gonna do is, where is keyword? I think that's right here. Here. Is there anywhere else? Let's try. I want to delete this. You can rename the file, by the way, but let's just avoid this now. What is this? We didn't get anything. Okay, let's try again. Let's put that back to keyword and then try to figure out what's the problem here. Okay, take that again and go back to ChatGPT. Oh, it's called. And just let it in the CSV. Okay, that's the same fix that I did. Okay, this turn empty. Okay. Let's try this one. I'll share this with you guys once it's done here. I'll share this code in the chat. Okay. I'm sharing this here. It's too big. Okay, go back to the sheet that you made a copy of and you'll find it there, right? You'll find it there.
Okay.
Okay. You just pasted it there. No keywords found with low CTR. Why is this? Because we have a very low threshold to what is a low CTR. We need to change the number here. Where is that? Okay, let's see where the um, okay, low CTR threshold. That's the value we want to change here. Let's make this 10. Let's give it a try. Again, okay, let's go for something bigger. Let's do 2%. 0. Wow, what's what is high impressions here? Like high impressions. So this is not a coding problem, it's a data problem, right? We're not getting the results because according to the way we're defining what we want here, there's nothing matches. None of the data matches what our requirements. So I'm trying to figure out how to change our requirements a bit so we can see some results. All right, for example. Let's go back here. I have a good idea. How about we ask ChatGPT to create a sample data for us to use? Can a sample CSV file use and test code. I want you to type this yourself, guys. I'm gonna paste this prompt here, but I want you to type it because I want you to like do the troubleshooting yourself, right? Okay, I'm downloading this. Everyone is doing this, or do you need me to share that with you here, guys? Let me try this new file.
Or else if you can share the chat GPT link with us after the end of the session, it would be great.
Okay, sure. Okay, what is top 20 query? Keyword 3. Okay, so I want to open this. Let's just go here. I want to open the one. I want to see how that looks like, so we get an understanding of the situation. Okay, it has only 5 keywords. We want 100. Let's go for 100. Can you provide a bigger data set? Okay, large data set. I'm gonna open it here so we see it. And this is a really cool way to test the code. If it's not working on your data and you want to know, like, is it your data or is it the code, right? What's the problem? Okay, let's try this one then. Okay, here. So keyword, impression, and CTR. These are the top 20 percent of keywords that have low CTR. So if you want to like start optimizing for you should go after those keywords first, right? I would have liked to have more descriptive keywords here, that more than just keyword 1, 2, 3, like this, but everyone is here, or before we move on to like something else? Yes, okay. I just want a confirmation before I jump on to something else. Okay. What else can do with this data? Let's get some ideas, right? Uh, let's calculate. Okay, keyword efficiency, that's good. How efficient each keyword relative to impression? Segment keywords. CTR ranges. Okay, let's do segmenting. Okay, now provide Python. Go to segment keywords by CTR ranges and plot a graph. Okay, there's a lot of things we can do actually with this data, but let's go for, I'm gonna paste this again here. Okay, let's do this. CTR. Okay, let's try this code that it shared with us first while it's generating another. So I'll put this here. It's important to notice something. Don't do an indentation unless you know what you're doing. An indentation means if that condition is met, do this. If it's not met, then don't do this. So if I write a code with an indentation here, it's gonna be part of this if else statement, which is not the case. So we're gonna go here. See if that works. Okay, large. Okay. problem. Large is not identified. Okay. Let's take the code. Yeah, large. This one. And okay, where is data frame? Data frame. Let's use this one. I think this is the right naming pair instead of large. Okay, we're gonna replace df large with top keywords everywhere. Okay. Let's try again. Why am I trying to fix it without ChatGPT? Why? I want you to understand, like, if you know how to fix it without ChatGPT, you'll start understanding how a code works, and that would help you do better prompts to ChatGPT, right? Okay, we have a graph here. Okay, let's see okay, this is whatever we asked for first, the top 20 keywords, and then keywords versus CTR, impressions versus CTR. And then we have top 10 keywords by impression. So this is just basically showing you these are the top 10 keywords and this is their impressions. But it's not what I'm looking for. I want it into buckets, right? Let's say 1, 2. Okay, this is what we were looking for here. Okay, I'll take this code. I'm gonna paste it here, guys. If you're not following, stop me, okay? I feel sometimes I'm like moving so fast because I'm just focused on what I'm doing, but if you're not following, stop me. Okay, so this is when I asked, now provide the Python code to segment keywords by CTR ranges and plot a graph. So I want to see how many keywords are within each CTR range, right? So 0, 0. These are the ranges, and then range 0 is very low, low, medium. We're giving them labels. So I'm gonna go back. Oh, here's another graph. That's interesting. Okay. So we're gonna paste the code here. I want to make sure that we have the right name here. Where is it? Okay, we're gonna do this here separately. So we don't need the previous code because we're uploading it here again. Okay. File. Okay, this is not found here. This is wrong. So we can just say this is the wrong directory. It should work now. Okay. So this is the distribution of the keywords by CTR range. I want to try this with my data, the data that I provided, like this one first. I like the colors. We can change the colors if you want. Like we can play around with these criteria here. One thing that's very useful, comment the code at grade 12 reading level. Why grade 12 reading level? Because it's very easy to understand. Okay, so this explains to you what every step is doing. The only thing we did is we just removed this because we don't have those. It's just directly the file name directly here. Okay, so I'm gonna copy this again. I'm gonna update this code here. Okay, gonna try with what were my data? Keywords. Yeah, I'm gonna rename this just keyword. Oh, here. Okay, keywords. Keyword, and this is keywords, okay, yes. Again, we need to convert from, again, this is an issue we have went through before. So we need to convert this, make sure our column is vertically float from straight, right? We had this issue a bit earlier. Are you following, guys, or I'm going too fast, or how's it going?
No, it's okay for me.
Okay.
Yeah, it's okay for me too. But it's good.
Okay, because when you're quiet, I feel like I'm doing something wrong, like I'm too fast, or like people lost track of what we're doing. So, okay, let's take this code, update it again. So if you look here, it explains what each line exactly does, and that's going to help you when you are trying to change something or explain to ChatGPT how to do. Maybe, okay, let's say you don't want to call it this. Maybe you want to call it A, B, C, D, E, right? Maybe you want to call it something else. You know where to edit without even needing to go to ChatGPT. The plot title, right? Maybe you want to change that. The X-axis title, the Y-axis title. What is this? It's empty. I think the problem here is there's something wrong that happens when we're converting the types, because it doesn't make sense that we are getting empty data. It's weird. Okay. CTR colon in the original CSV is written as values. So float means a decimal, a number with a decimal, right? Even if it's a 0.0, it's still a decimal. See, there's a problem here. Okay, now I found why we're not getting any values, because this is a string. It's treated as a text. It's not, but the code is reading this as a text. And when we asked it to convert it to float, which is a decimal, it didn't do that correctly because there's a percentage sign here. So, okay, that's gonna clean it. That should clean it. So what did we do? Okay, let's see. So the code did some calculation here and that's why we may have not been able to get any results in the beginning. Here, very low, amazing. Most of my keywords are getting very low CTR. Okay, let's exclude. I want to like zoom in a bit on those. Okay, I want to start the buckets from remove any ones with any in the 0 bin. Okay, I want to remove this one, and because this will make these clearer, because you see this is more than 7,000, and then this is here maybe, I don't know, maybe 200, so we can't really see clearly. So to start from, okay, so here is this, okay, it's a small change. We can just do this. I don't need to copy and paste, so let's just do this. And this. Here. Now it looks better. Are you getting the same thing, or if you want the code, you can just go back to the original link. I'm gonna share it again in the chat and then run the code. I just want to make sure everyone is running it correctly, knows what to change, getting their answers, the answers to their questions if there's any. what I like here is you get a count. So for the low bucket, we have 75 keywords. For the medium, we have 30. For the high, we have 18. Very high, we have 8. Any thoughts? I'm assuming, guys, you're working on something, right? This is the reason for the silence. Okay, Naveed, yeah.
Yes, we're
So,
working with the code.
Yeah,
It's
that's
working
why
so,
fine.
I'm just worried that like because I talk too fast sometimes. So and I'm not sure like who's familiar with this, like who has attended before or not. So I'm like, um,
so
yeah,
this is my first session. I have
okay,
no understanding. My knowledge is very almost zero when it comes to Python and coding. So this is my first session I'm attending. I'm learning everything, the Google Collab and other things. And my question is, so we have run the code and we got this graph and everything. And what if we want to present the data to our clients or our stakeholders? So how we are going to show them? Because when we are presenting to our clients or stakeholder or CMO or CPO, so we have to collect everything on a one PPT. So how
yeah,
we are
okay.
going to
You
show
can
them?
actually tell ChatGPT, I want to say the plot, right? 1 second. It's just an additional line of code, and you'll have the file of the graph, right?
Yeah,
Yep, that. And you can change the like, where is it? Before the show, we can just add here save. I like this. I'm gonna show you something, okay? Um, it's gonna show here actually now. Here, see? You can download it,
okay, understood. Got it.
right? And the same for those. Like if you want to download that in a text file or a CSV, you can ask ChatGPT as well. Anything you want, and that takes us back to where is it? This point. Like, what is the output for you? You want to see the output here because you want to make sure that's what you want. Like you're still testing, but you also want it in a CSV file or in a PNG or whatever. So you need to decide what does the output look like. Is it a graph? Is it a table? And then what format? Is it an image, a CSV, is whatever, right?
Exactly.
I'm gonna share that line here, guys, with you as well. So you can put this right before the show, plot.show. If you remove this, you will not see those here,
Okay.
right? You want to do one more? I just want to make sure we're like, I'm not jumping to something while you're still working on this.
Yeah, you can show.
One more? Okay. Um, I want to go back to the list of ideas that we got. Yeah. Um, keyword cannibalization or keyword clustering. Let's do keyword clustering.
Oh, can you please show keyword cannibalization?
You want cannibalization?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
let's do that. Okay. Provide data and Python code, sample data and Python code. Let's say ideally 300 rows to do to identify curriculum violation. The reason I'm asking for data here is I don't think I have enough cannibalization on my website for us to see anything. Okay, here's a smart thing. So it's actually gonna give you a Sorry, that's my cat. It's going to give you a code to help you generate a sample CSV file. That's really cool. Okay, I like this. Okay, let's start a new one here. Again, go back to the sheet, you'll find this. So what is this doing? It's creating the data. This is a code to create the data. If you see that ChatGPT did not give us here a CSV file, this code generates a data frame with 300 rows. So this is the data, right? So we want data in CSV file. Let's force it to. Okay, so now it's going to put it in a CSV file. I like this. This is like us asking ChatGPT, hey, can you get us the data? And then, hey, you get your own data.
So I have
So
a
just,
question here.
yeah,
So let's say, for example, I'm working on XYZ website, and if I
okay,
want to check a keyword cannibalization,
yeah,
so I'll download the CSV file from any of the SEO tool like HRF or Shameless, for example, and I
okay.
put it into this choose your files in Google Colab, and then after I'll put the code, and then I can do the process, and I'll get the output. Is my
So
steps are correct?
okay, you get the data and then
From it, I'll got
whatever
the
tool,
data from
right? But
correct.
whatever data you get, you need to explain to ChatGPT before it writes the code for you. You need to explain to it what data you have because it's going to be different from one tool to the other, right?
Okay, understood.
Right. So for
Got it.
example, if you noticed here, we are using Search Console data and we had a problem because the column name was keywords in the code, but it's query. So I went back and I changed that, right? You noticed this, right?
Yeah. So take the data from HRF, for example, then explain to ChatGPT the prompt, and then paste the code in Google Colab, and you will get the output.
Yep. If you have any export from let's if you have an export from a tool, I have Mangles. Let's try. Okay, let's do something else. Let's choose a website. What website? Do you have a suggestion?
So I'm working on client's website.
No, not necessarily client. We can any public website. Uh, Buddy Green. This is publicly accessible data, so we're not like doing anything wrong here. Don't worry. This is a publisher website. Okay, let's select. I want to select more keywords. Let's do WikiHow. WikiHow is we're more familiar with. Okay, here you can only get 25. That's not gonna help. Anyone has an export for, can get an export for WikiHow from any of the tools?
I could export the SEMrush data, but I need some
Okay,
time maybe.
okay. Later, not now.
Just in a few minutes, I will log into the tool and I'll export it.
Okay, okay. We don't want a lot of keywords, but like 1,000 would be good or something around that. Uh, okay, let's leave the let's do the clustering thing, cannibalization explanation until we get data for I like the clustering because you can do it here for free, right? It's not perfect, just to be clear, but ideally I should have given it what. So it's gonna do clustering on the keywords it's providing, which I'm not happy about. Wait. Okay, so using keyword data exported from all see what that does. Okay, we learned that the CTR needs an extra thing, right? It needs an extra step. Where is it? CTR. Yeah, it's this. Read, because you said okay, there's 1K keywords from WikiHow. That's really good. Perfect, perfect. Let's all download this as CSV. Okay. Perfect. Okay, now let's take this URL. We have the following columns in a CSV file. We want to find keyword cannibalization. The output should be, how would you like the output to look like? What is the output look like? For each visualization instance, keyword URL1, URL2. You see. Let's see that. Okay. I like this. I like this exercise. And note that it's doing the grade 12 level here, and it's continuing to use that, and it's going to be helpful for us. Okay. Let's copy. Let's start a new block of code. Your data. Let's upload this. I'm going to call this your data. Just data. So it just matches what's in the code. Put it here. Okay, it's here. Your data, that's correct. Let's start. Okay. Keyword. What is this? I think this keyword, for example, I'm just confused. What is this? But it's not here. Yes, okay. Okay. Let's try this again. So think of this as a car and you're the driver. CSV. I think if we look at the CSV, maybe we understand it better. Guys, are you okay, or where are you?
We are following. All is good.
Yeah,
You're not being polite, right? You're not just being polite, right? Right?
Right.
Tell me. I'm just concerned. So this is the part where we need to replace this. Using a bit. Okay, let's do here. PDF is equal to pd.data frame dot. Yeah, just doing that. Okay, so I don't need this. See how this works. Keyword cannibalization should be here somewhere. Yep, here. Okay, do you see what happened here? I'll download this. Download and then upload it here so we can all see it. Okay, do you see what happened here? So these are the two URLs cannibalizing this keyword. They have a pipe in the middle of them. Obviously, this is not the perfect way to present it, but we have an output that we can go back to ChatGPT and ask it to change it. No.
We can also, color um, using the formatting and then
I'm sorry,
find
can
out
you
the
say?
duplicates. We can highlight the duplicates na, in this URL column.
So, okay, what happens here is, yeah, I mean, we can ask in whatever format. So this is
Okay,
the
okay.
separator between the two URLs that are
Understood,
cannibalizing,
understood.
right? We can ask it, for example, like in a, maybe, okay, let's add, like this. Maybe you want the output like this. Right? So we can ask ChatGPT actually, okay, we see this is the output, but this is not how we want it to be. You can go back to ChatGPT, say, okay, this is how the output looks like. I prefer it like this. And then we can actually show it how we want the output. Let's see. So here again, it says we can remove this, so we're not, like the code starts here for us. Okay, let's do this again here. Let's try again. What happened? Append. This one. What is this? No, I don't want this. I want this, this. Something is off. Hmm. Expanded here, that one. Let's download that. Put it here. Okay, do you see this? This is a better output, right?
Yes, yes.
Yes, looks proper now.
Yep. So the challenge here, you have three challenges, right? The easiest one is to get the data, to get the export. That's the best or the easiest part. And then processing it, deciding what you want to do with it. What is the process you want to do? Are you trying to cluster? Are you trying to find cannibalization? You need to understand what you want to do and have a definition of what that looks like. So when we were doing the low CTR, high impressions, what is a low CTR to you? Maybe for your website, you would say, oh, it's 0.1%. That's a low CTR. Maybe for another website, you would say it's 5%, right? So you need to define what you want to do. What does it mean, right? Clustering. What do you want to cluster by? Do you want to cluster by SERP similarity, or you're clustering by semantic or cannibalization? Again, what does it mean? And you know what? This code can actually be refined further, because what's happening here, actually, it's good. I thought it can be refined further because it's showing only two URLs. What if there are three URLs that are going after the same keyword, right? So you can actually define what is cannibalization to you, explain it to ChatGPT to get the output you want. And then once you have the process sorted out, you can play around with the output. Do you want images? Do you want CSV? Obviously, you want to see the output here to be able to troubleshoot and make sure you're getting what you want. What is the advantage of this? You do it once and you can reuse it forever, right? You're going to create a script to find cannibalization. It's going to take you some time, but you do it once and it's done forever. Like anytime you just know, okay, I'm gonna get this export from Ahrefs or SEMrush or Search Console or whatever, and it's done, right? So that because even if you're trying to use a GPT, even if you're building a custom GPT, it can take you like 8 hours, right? So it's not custom GPTs are not a shortcut. Maybe they're easier in a way to create, but I mean, it can take up to the same time. Questions, thoughts, feedback, don't throw Rotten Tomatoes. And just to be clear, I always use data from my Search Console. The only reason this time I tried to get sample data from ChatGPT or asked for an export from SEMrush is we're just winging or doing things were beyond what I planned. I felt we had more time, so why not, right? And also I never ask people to share their clients' data, or even I share my own clients' data. That never happened or happens. So no worries. Feedback, comments, yeah, no Rotten Tomatoes or eggs, please.
Sarah,
Yep.
if we want to get data from the Google SERP and play with it, then what type of API we can use?
It's a good question. There's a Google SERP API that there's a specific API you can use, and actually ChatGPT can help you with it. You'll just need to follow steps. You need to create a secret code, like it's gonna give you a link. You need to follow and create a secret code and a search engine code. Like it's a very straightforward process. And then ChatGPT is gonna help you with the code. If you're gonna use it for free, there's a limit of the number of times you can use it per day, right? Like the number of results you can pull per day. Let me show you. Okay, I think I have that ready somewhere. Okay, SERP. Yeah, I think I have it in my course, and so I'm gonna show it to you. SERP. Okay, here's something I built. What is this? Okay, this has my own API key, and okay, so this is using the API. What does this do? Okay, give me any keyword, and it doesn't have to be any client keyword or anything. Give me a keyword. I can
Okay.
pick a keyword. Tell me. Yeah.
Yes, protein powder.
Protein powder?
Yes.
Protein. Okay. And you run this code.
Okay.
It's really cool. Okay. So what this code does is I'm getting the results in the top 10, in the top 100, right? And analyzing all the titles in there. I love this code. Okay. Okay, so we scraped the top 100 and then we started pulling the most common words and titles. So protein, powder, powders, whey, this shakes, all of these are we basically analyzed what's in the titles, what words in the titles and their frequency, right? So this can help you write your title tag, right? Is this stuff right here? I mean, there's a lot of stuff, right? Perfect.
What is this tool?
This is Mustafa shared. I'm new to this tool as well. I'm gonna put it here in the. Okay, let's go back to where we were. I'm gonna put it here for you guys to explore.
So this is a tool that gives you access to get what Google will show for people. But honestly, I'm not so sure how it will work with Google AI overviews. But I tested it a couple of times for a couple of tests.
It sounds cool. The advantage what I like about writing your own thing in Python is you define your own process. I want to take this data from the SERPs and I'm going to do with it this or that. You're not limited to what the tool can do for you. You can do whatever you want, right? Like the example I just showed you, like you're analyzing the frequency of all the title tags and understanding what are the most common keywords or words that come in the titles. And you can use this to help you inform you how to write your own title tag. Okay, there is search API. Yeah. Okay, so these are the parameters this API uses. I think if you copy and paste this, maybe actually ChatGPT can help you use it, right? Cool. That's really cool. So because I'm running those sessions, your feedback is important. If it's not good, you need to tell me it's not good. I'm not gonna be upset or anything. I just want to know on a scale of 1 to 10 how bad this was.
So there are some instances when it takes very long time to get the desired output from this Python code. Then we use LLMs, right? But what you do in that case to get the response as soon as possible from this code?
There's no work around it, unfortunately. Maybe you want to use different tools, like try different tools, right? Like right now we focused on ChatGPT, but maybe you want to use Lovable as well, right?
And among these LLMs, which you prefer to choose here for the code?
I actually use a mix of them. Like I use
Okay.
ChatGPT a bit, Lovable a bit, Claude a bit. Like usually I just use a mix of them.
Okay, great. Thank you.
All good? Okay, so I'm gonna email you this code and the video recording. And just let me know whatever way you prefer. Like if you want to DM me or if you want to email me or if you don't want to share your feedback, that's fine as well. No pressure, but that would be cool if you can. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
Hello.
guys. Have a good
Yes,
one.
Sarah.
Thanks,
Okay, bye.
Sarah.
Bye. Bye.